911, Nashville's series premiere is imminent, but one main cast member could determine whether the spin-off becomes a success or failure. The Tennessee-based spin-off of 911 has been shrouded in mystery since its highly speculated location was revealed, but as its October 9th debut creeps closer, huge details regarding the plot, characters, and setting-specific quirks are shining through ABC's promotional material. From its unique setting to the promising cast of characters in 911, Nashville, the franchise's second spin-off has garnered a sizable audience ahead of its full premiere. However, despite being one of the most exciting network TV shows of the 2025 season, 911, Nashville's many gambles make the spin-off high-risk, high-reward, especially when it comes to one unpredictable main character. Blythe sticks out like a sore thumb in new 911, Nashville trailer. She stands out in stark contrast to the 113. Jessica Capshaw as Blythe posing outside her home in 911, Nashville. Credit, ABC via MovieStills.db. A recent promo for 911, Nashville gave an early look at the new first responders, but it more importantly showed an obvious outsider, Jessica Capshaw's Blythe. Though she's connected to 911, Nashville's Station 113 via her husband, Don, Chris O'Donnell, and son, Ryan, Michael Provost, Blythe is not part of any emergency response team, which the trailer made painfully obvious. In the teaser uploaded to YouTube on September 9th, Don's speech about the Nashville Fire Department being a family forged in fire was cut between action sequences of the team during early disasters. One moment, however, stood out for all the wrong reasons. As clips of Station 113 firefighters running crisis management flew by, Blythe's presence was a jarring distraction. Unlike the frantic, uniform-clad first responders surrounding her, Blythe stood and simply watched the action in a casual outfit, complete with riding boots and perfectly styled hair. With her arms crossed over her chest, Blythe stood in almost humorous juxtaposition to the firefighters behind her, strenuously attempting a dangerous rescue following a disaster that left at least one vehicle wrecked. Admittedly, Blythe was barely present in the 30-second trailer, but it was enough to negatively draw focus, which is more concerning than if there were a standout scene dedicated to her. If Blythe sticks out so drastically in a split-second clip, it raises important questions regarding her character and whether she will fit into the ABC spin-off at large. How 911, Nashville incorporates Blythe into the story can make or break Ryan Murphy's new show. The new ABC procedural will include franchise-first genre pivots. Jessica Capshaw as Blythe and Michael Provost as Ryan in 911, Nashville. Credit, ABC via MovieStills.db. Ever since it was confirmed that Jessica Capshaw's character in 911, Nashville would not be a first responder, skepticism grew surrounding her role in the spin-off's overarching premise. While 911, Nashville, just like the Texas-based spin-off that precedes it, is committed to setting itself apart from the flagship series, 911 has always been a love letter to emergency response workers. From firefighters to EMT paramedics to dispatch operators to police officers, the 911 franchise has brought attention to different niches of first responder careers. There have always been loved ones and side characters without high-octane careers, but the 911 franchise has pointedly kept them in a separate realm, tangentially related to major storylines, but not usually the driving force behind them. The 911 franchise's well-renowned focus on first response work makes most potential viewers all the more dubious of Capshaw's character. Based on the little we know about her, Blythe perfectly encapsulates 911, Nashville's risky tonal change of incorporating soap opera elements, but her place in the story is still unclear and somewhat unjustified, unlike characters who are constantly risking their lives. Of course, that's not to say there's no room for characters who exist solely to add drama or personal conflict. The issue 911, Nashville potentially faces, however, is how often, and to what extent, the spin-off utilizes Blythe's character. Some plots will undoubtedly affect the entire cast, but other storylines, like intense medical emergencies, should be left to qualified professionals. What is the best way to balance work and family drama in 911, Nashville? Like any good spin-off, 911, Nashville needs a strong foundation. Jessica Capshaw as Blythe Hart and Leanne Rimes as Dixie Bennings in 911 Nashville. Credit, ABC. Even still, the doubt regarding Blythe's role in 911, Nashville has to be examined within the extenuating context. ABC has been incredibly vocal about the different approach 911, Nashville is taking as a spin-off, and Blythe's character is further proof that creating a drama rather than a straightforward procedural is a venture that may or may not pay off. 911 slowly began introducing dramatic, character-driven plots as a sign that it had grown into its own, original identity. 911, Nashville, comparatively, is starting with premeditated character arcs, which could just as easily help or hinder the spin-off. To set itself up for success, 911, Nashville should keep business and pleasure as separate as possible. Dixie's, Leanne Rimes' complicated past with Don sounds interesting, but trying to mesh their messy relationship with natural disasters and firehouse bureaucracy is a recipe for disaster. If it wants to be a long-running firefighter drama, 911, Nashville must first prioritize the firefighters over the drama. Without a strong foundation, soapier plots lack a narrative homeostasis to fall back on. Furthermore, 911, Nashville's country music scene will provide an additional layer of potential storylines, which could either deepen the characters or further overlap and muddle the main plots. While striking a balance between petty fights and apocalyptic disasters is daunting, 911, Nashville will be an instant classic if it succeeds, as long as it doesn't sacrifice 9-11's core values.